Hi, my name is Josh Papson, and I'm currently in my dorm room. And I'm not wearing a shirt. And my pants are on backwards. This is kind of weird. But why is it weird? Let me tell you a little bit about social norms. Social norms are the shared rules or behaviors expected of us in our society. These little things are very interesting because they govern every aspect of our lives and what we do. That was weird because you weren't expecting it. As a student, I shouldn't be submitting something to a teacher basically half naked. Now let me tell you how I question these norms. So what I did to break these social norms is I went around and I changed the way I went to class. So normally people walk to class, right? I'm a 17-year-old college student and I shouldn't be doing things that infants do on the regular basis. So I crawled to class. And why is this particularly disruptive? Well, in every situation there's something called a social context. Here, I'm in my room. Someplace I can study, sleep, eat, do whatever I want. But I can't necessarily study, sleep, and eat anywhere, right? I can't go to the library and sleep. Well, I have. Anyways, I can't always eat, well, in the bathroom. It would be weird. But why? Because in every social context, there's rules and regulations that people don't necessarily speak of, but are just known. Now, in this case, at Emory University, we're dealing with a very niche social context. We have very prestigious academics and very serious general nature of the way people operate here, especially out walking to class. Now, by doing something like crawling, I'm disrupting that. Because now I'm introducing something that's different, that's a little bit strange. Because it's not what people expected, right? Now, I have a status. I'm a 17-year-old college student, and I'm expected to act and do things in a certain way. I'm supposed to walk to class, behave myself, and definitely not do anything completely outside the norm. So now I had to pick a place to crawl. And I figured, well, people are in classes all day, which means that large groups of them will be exiting buildings at relatively the same time. So I have sociology class in Whitehall. I have it Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. That's just the way things are. I have it at 3 o'clock. The last class ends about 2:50. So if I leave about 10 minutes early, that means that I'll probably meet these people on the way there. So I decided this was a perfect place to get reactions. And it was. I saw about 100 to 200 people, including students, faculty, just people walking around. I even saw a tour group go by. And that should be interesting. Come to Emory. We're not all weird. I promise. And so, when they saw me, I got reactions, sanctions, we call them in sociology, positive or negative. And generally, it's to encourage or discourage behavior. A positive sanction could be a high five, or a thumbs up, or a smile even. But a negative sanction could be a dirty look, disgusted, like you can't believe what they're doing and how could they even think that that's a good idea. Or it could be more serious, like a punch or legal troubles, like jail. These all things all encourage or discourage behaviors in our society. The reactions I got were interesting. Most people just looked at me and gave me disgusted looks and were very confused what I was doing. A lot of people also laughed at me. A few people kind of knew about the experiment and made comments about it. But the most interesting thing was, some people actually asked my friends who were nearby is, hey, did he lose a bet? Or, how much are you guys paying him to do this? He must be fulfilling some dare, right? And I think it's interesting because out of all those things, they were just assuming that I was doing this because I had to, because I was forced to by someone else, there was some incentive. And maybe I just wanted to crawl to class. While I was doing it, I felt relatively isolated. See, what I was doing wasn't entirely crazy or really out of the box, and I kind of treated it as a fun little experiment, so it wasn't too bad. But I can imagine just hearing some of my classmates' experiments, that this entire process would have felt very strange. I would have felt isolated and alone, which is important to understand how strong and powerful social structure is in our society. Generally, I enjoyed this experiment and I had a great time learning about all the social lessons implied. Anyways, thanks for watching.